Today we are going to make some homemade granola. And I hope so you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. And please hit the like button and hit subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy. First thing I like to do is get all the oatmeal counted. I am doubling this recipe. It calls for 7 cups, but I'm doubling it, so I go to 14. This is oatmeal, and I pour it in the bowl. Okay, this is 14 cups of oatmeal, and plus 2, I put some coconut and blueberries in it. Some people like to put other stuff in it, like I sometimes put coconut and dried blueberries. Sometimes I put apples in it or dried bananas. But I may keep this more simple, probably add some nuts to it too, eventually at the end. So the next one is adding a cup of flour. I normally like to use almond flour, but regular flour works too. So I'm going to put 2 cups of almond flour in here. Here's the cup. Yep, it's a little melting of it, a little bit, not much. This is very powdery, no, more fluffy. So I'll go and pour it in. The brand of coconut flour, no, coconut, wrong nut, or actually wrong fruit, almond flour I use is this brand here. Yep, I'm a big fan of Costco. I like Costco a lot. This is the brand that I normally use. Also too, Bob Red Mill is a good brand too. Between those two, these are the 2 that I normally use. Next, it calls for brown sugar. Here's the brown sugar, and then it calls for a cup, but for a double it's 2 cups. But I don't put the amount of sugar that they call in. I cut it in half. Sometimes I add half of the half. But this I'm just going to cut it half, so I'm going to put 1 cup of sugar in it. And if I was doing a single batch, I would put a half a cup in. So I'm going to go do that now. Here's the brown sugar. I don't pack it down because later there will be honey in it or fruit juice. So here's a cup, plop it in. Okay, the next thing, it calls for honey or fruit juice. Sometimes I use apple juice to put in here, which that's really good, or honey. But since I don't have any fruit juice open, I will use a cup of honey. Here's the honey. Yep, that's 1 cup. Kind of cool how that does that. Yep. Normally I don't use this oil, but this is what oil I have right now. I'm using vegetable oil, but sometimes I will melt coconut oil for a half a cup. And I actually prefer the coconut oil in there instead of this. So measure half a cup. For me it's a cup of oil. a cup of, okay, original recipe is a half a cup of water. But again, for me, a cup of water. Then the next thing, it calls for half a cup of dried milk. So I have to go and get that real quick. There's somewhere over here. Here's my cup. There we go. Now, 1 teaspoon of salt. That's a teaspoon. I just found the salt right in front of me. Just picked some rice out of the salt I just put in. My mom puts rice in this so it doesn't harden up the salt. And 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I don't measure. I just 1, 2, and that's it. But different people do it differently. You can do what I do, squeeze it in there a couple of times, or measure it out. Doesn't matter. And then 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. This is what it looks like with all the stuff in it. Now we can mix all together. Some people take a spoon, some people do it by their hands. I'm going to do it by my hands, but if you do it with your hands, make sure you wash your hands. Just please. This is what the granola before it's baked look like once it's all mixed in. And don't forget to put the oven on 250, which I'm going to do that right now. There's the granola. Yep. That's the granola. Also, too, I did mention too what people put in it. Some people put nuts, dried strawberries or strawberries, seeds, cheetah seeds. Yeah, you can actually put a lot of stuff in here. While the oven is warming up, I've got these two pans out. You're going to put the granola if you want it cooked, which I like mine cooked. You take half of this in each pan, and then you cook it for 15 minutes, stir it, and then cook it again for another 15 minutes, stir it, and then the third time you cook it for 20 minutes, and then they should be done. But it depends on how well cooked you like your granola. Some people like it so crunchy, that's so hard. I don't like it so hard, but other people likes it really soft. I would recommend try it like this. If you think you need to cook it, then cook it. And then maybe try it in between each cook to make sure it gets to the crunch or the softness or the hardness you like. If that makes any sense. I am going to sprinkle on some cheetah seeds on here. Let's see if I can do this and record this at the same time. There, there's some cheetah seeds. Okay, then I'm going to add some nuts, but I will show you what I did after I get done. This is what it looks like. This is just some ideas. I would put other dry fruit with it, but I don't have any right now, or other fruit. It's time to put it in the oven now. Yep, here we go. Now let's set the timer for 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes went by. It still needs to be cooked, and I stirred them, and then I put tinfoil over them because it helps to cook them faster and distribute the heat better. So, I'm going to put them back in now.